What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Make sure my volume's working today. And I know we have a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to make sure that when I'm asking for responses, I give y'all a little minute to say something. There we go. Awesome, awesome. What's good, my loves? I'm so sorry. I promise y'all that I'm going to get it together one of these days. One of these days. I've just been overworking. But I got something good for you today and for class tomorrow. So, this was requested art that I had done a little while ago, maybe 3 months ago. And we're finally going to put this one out as a lesson. Of course, it'll have the template with it. This is one of the ones that's for beginners. So this is going to be the one of the 100 level courses. So this is class number 123. Can y'all believe it? We're on 23 classes already. So we have been on a journey, and I just want to say thank you to all the OGs and the newbies that I appreciate you all. You all have been helping me hold things down and stay on a positive, creative journey. And I'm trying to do the same for you all too, while we all can make money in the process. Okay. So for this one, it's a football theme, but I want to show you some interesting things about the features of this particular design. And as we go along, I'm going to do just a live demonstration. So for those of you who take the course tomorrow, of course, you'll go through all these steps live with me. Don't worry about taking any notes. We're going to do this thing step by step, and I make sure that everyone is on track and on task, and that everyone has a spectacular final product by the end of class. So I don't care if you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced level, we're all going to have a final product that we're proud of by the end of class and that you can produce for yourself by the end of class. FSU colors, yes. FSU is one of the colleges that I graduated from. So I don't have this like terrible kind of like, I guess stake in any particular school that I went to, because I didn't get to go to much of the sport events and that sort of thing. I stayed pretty much in the books and doing projects and being a part of extracurricular activities. So I don't have like the sports commitment to any particular school, but I recognize that commitment, and I try to make sure that that I make designs that even the biggest sports enthusiasts would really be excited about. Okay, so this is one of those, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. All right, all right. So I do want to show you that there are several things that we're going to do in this class, okay? One of them being that this whole hand setup here with holding the helmet, we have a photo version, and we also have an illustrated version, okay? So whether you want to do the cartoon look, it's already done out for you, and then the photographic look is done for you too, but it's all interchangeable. So you can interchange the colors, the graphics, and of course the logo, and also put in a photo. So we're going to do all that today in the demo, and I'm just going to talk through what I'm doing so that whoever may watch this might be somewhat of a review of what we're going to do in class. But keep in mind, the class is about 3 hours long. We're all going to do these steps very slowly. So for me right now, I might move a little fast, and that's just because I'm just showing you what we will be doing in class, okay? What's up, Vicky? All right, so without further ado, let me go ahead and show you. Now for homework, you know that I give y'all a little bit of homework, very mild homework. You're going to have your own image that you'll bring in, and I'm going to go to remove BG. So you're each going to have a logo and a photo that you bring in, just one. If you want to do extra stuff, you're welcome to do that as extra credit. But just remember, in class, we're going to stay on task. We're going to stay on the path of just that one image, that one logo, doing our color changes and everything else, okay? And then if you really want to go all out and add more photos and add more content later on, you can definitely do that as your after class project. And it may even get you some brownie points for winning the $100 prize just for participating. All right, so I'm doing remove BG. I'm going to grab my one photo. And in this case, we have Rogers here of the Green Bay Packers. And I'm going to do the logo. The logo I have is SVG format. So you're going to make sure that your logo is either SVG or a PNG. And I'm going to tell you why. You want to make sure it doesn't have that background in it, okay? Because we don't want to waste time in class cutting out stuff, because this is really more about learning the deeper features of Photoshop. All right, and then I have my photo, and then I already have my logo ready to go. So the easiest thing to do, and the first thing that we're going to do, is just go ahead and change out this logo. Okay, and then I have several places where this smart object is. You'll see it repeated, but just to change the logo, I'm going to double click up here at the top. That's our smart object. I'm going to drag and drop our logo in right here. And so this would have been my homework to already have the logo. And you all know the drill when it comes to this type of stuff. If it's for personal use, that's cool, but I will not be able to give you this template with these logos that obviously I have no ownership of. So when you get it, it'll have the bulldog in it. If you're doing it for personal use, you can feel free to change that out to whatever images you'd like, okay? I want you to notice something. There's 1, 2, 3 instances of this smart object. When I updated one, it updated all the other places, okay? So that was pretty simple. And then my next step is I'm going to go ahead and change out my colors before I even bring my image in, because that's really the main focus of this thing, is how you create and maintain those color stories. Okay, so for this one, I have the illustrated hat here. So I'm going to go to the helmet. There's the illustration. I'm going to open that up. And each of these layers, actually close that up for right now. So I can see what the name of these layers are. And as I go, if I need to, I will rename some stuff, because I'm getting this template ready for you all so I can upload it tonight and you'll have it for class tomorrow. Okay, so all we're going to do for the helmet, I've already done the dirty work and picked out all the areas that need to be colored. And what we're going to do is just double click on that color overlay. And I'm going to pick the color from the logo. What better way to pick colors? Okay, so I see my green and my gold there. And as a matter of fact, let me save what I'm working on first. And I'll make sure that I do an alternate colorway. All right. So let's double click on the color overlay for the helmet. I don't see the helmet right now, but when I choose my colors, let's see, what color should the helmet be? Let's do the helmet in the yellow. So I need to zoom in a little bit so I can really pick that color yellow. And I'll say, okay. Let me back up a little bit now. I'm doing Control minus. Check it out. Yep, my helmet is now yellow. And let's see what else. Let's do the main glove color, which if I right click on the glove, I have glove color 1. And all I'm going to do is copy the layer style from the gold that we did on the helmet. I'm going to paste it for glove color 2. I'm going to paste that layer style. Then all of a sudden, I get that same color pop up on my accent color on the glove. Then I'm going to change out the guard, the face guard here, and the other color, the main color of the gloves. So I need to pick that green. So I'm going to click on my face guard. I'm going to double click on color overlay. And when I click on the color, it's going to turn into a color picker when I hover over my artboard. And I'm going to grab that dark green there. It looks a little bluish to me though. So I'm going to make sure that it doesn't have that blue hue to it. And I'm just going to pull it down to the green area. Looks a little cleaner to me. Now, if you ever wanted to get exact color codes, let me show you a hack. I think it's color codes. In this case, we team color codes. And let's say I type in, where we have it right here, the Green Bay Packers. And this is a way if you ever wanted to be consistent, even if you have high school teams, because I know like you'll have a high school team that have the Packers colors, and you want to just be consistent with that. Oh, did I click on Broncos? I did not mean to. Here we go. If you wanted to be consistent with team colors, even if this isn't the exact team, you want to choose the hex color and copy it. So that's going to be the hex color for the green. And if I come on down into my Photoshop and I go to choose color again, you see how it has this little pound sign here? That's the space for the hex code. And if I paste the hex code, no way. I don't know if you can see that there's almost no change there, but you know, I'm not bragging or anything, but I pretty much exactly picked out that color. But matter of fact, let me show you if I did not have that color selected and then I pasted in the hex code there, you see how it'll take you to that color exactly. All right, so that's my green there. And then if I don't want to do this operation all over again, I see that it changed my face, the face guard here to the dark green. I'm going to copy that layer style, right click, copy layer style, and I'm going to paste it on glove color 1. Boom. So now I have my green and gold. And there we have it. All right, now what I'm going to do, let me back up a second because I did some stuff I was not supposed to do. Hold on. I wanted to, not all of that, this one. Because I was supposed to be creating an alternate version of the color overlay. So what you can do if you want to save, like maybe you have a couple of colors you kind of toggle between, just hit that plus sign. Is going to give you an opportunity to choose that color again. And now what I've done is I have the green. If you check out the face card, I have the green, but I still have the garnet color saved there, okay? So then that way I can copy that layer style and paste it the other place where the glove was, which was on color number 1. I'll paste that there. And then we'll do the color overlay for the gold. And instead of that Vegas style gold, I'm going to hit the plus sign for my color overlay. And let me choose the gold color. And it said you can even buy matching paint. So if you were painting a room this color, you can literally take them this information. I'm not sure what they use, whether they use, I think they use the PMS, the Pantone color matching system, to create the color of paint that you need. If you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, they can actually match these colors for you. So I hope that's a cool little resource for you. All right. Next, I'm going to click on my color there, paste my hex code, and as you can see, it turned that golden yellow. I'm good with that, and then I still have my Vegas gold underneath it. And this is good. Let's say you have a few local teams, right? Let's say you have maybe 6 high schools that frequently ask you to do work for them, or that you want to have frequently asked you to do work for them. Then you can do the layouts as if you're doing it one for each school. But if you save these color overlays and have the multiple eyeballs here, you could just click on and off which ones you want to show. Okay, and then that way it makes it a marketing tool for you too. All right, and just like we did before, I'm going to copy the layer style from the helmet, and I'm going to paste it as color 2 for the glove. And I'm just cleaning up some of my file names here so it won't be confusing when you get it. All right, so this one's going to be glove color 2, and this one will be glove color 1. There we go. And I made it to where you can change the flesh tone. Now this is cool because depending on the player that you feature here, you may want to change the flesh tone. So I have a few examples here, but if you don't like the flesh tone that I've created, you can go in to the color overlay once again. And what we'll do, we'll change that when we bring the player in, because we're actually going to pick from his flesh tone and make his flesh tone, okay? So I'm going to keep all of these on for now till we bring the player in and change that up. Or you don't have to do the flesh tone of the player. You can kind of mix it up. You can have one flesh tone for the helmet character, and then one flesh tone for the actual character that you're bringing in, and contrast them. Now we got to be inclusive sometimes too, so that's a good way to do that. All right, so everything's changed on the helmet. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our image now. So we have the logo, we have the color change for the helmet illustration. And I'm going to also change it for, I'm going to go ahead and do this now. I'm going to change it for the photo too. Now this time, because I've already created these layer styles here, all I have to do is copy the layer style for everywhere we have the helmet and the gold. So I'll paste the layer style here. Boom, there it is. I think that was it color number 1 or color number 2? It was color number 2 for the gold, for the glove. I'm trying to keep it consistent so I don't confuse anyone. And then I'm going to go back up and grab the alternate color, which was the green for the face guard. I'm going to copy that layer style. And like I said, I'm going through this fast, but of course we will take our time in class. Paste the layer style for the face guard. Paste the layer style for glove color number 1. And that's it. And there are even flesh tones on the image. So I want you to recognize that we have different, am I clicking on the right one? Hold on. There we go. So yeah, we have different flesh tones for the photographic version too. All right. Okie doke. So now, there's another color that we can change. This background gradient here, we're going to double click on it here. And I have the 2 colors here. You may not be into gradients. You may want to do a solid color. That's all fine too. But we're going to change our, matter of fact, instead of changing it, I'm going to duplicate it. That way I don't mess up my original layer colors. And then we'll change those 2 colors. So if I remember, I think my golden hex code is here. I also could have added it to my swatches. And we'll call that Green Bay Gold. Then that way it will be there forever. I don't have to keep picking it. Same thing here for my burgundy color. I'm going to go ahead and get the hex code for the green. And now I can call this Green Bay Green. I'll save it. Green Bay Green. And let me actually save the color. Go to add to swatches. And then this one, the color for this gradient Could just be called Green Bay. Just because you're going from the green to the gold to the transparent. Hit new, and then I've also, if you notice, saved my gradient there. All right. So if I back up now, I should be able to see on my image that the gradient changed for the bottom part. I'm going to say okay. And then I also have a gradient at the top here. The difference for this gradient is that it actually flips the other way around. And the blend mode is color. So I'm going to change the blend mode to color. I'm going to turn off my garnet and gold. And then I'm going to flip this one. So when I come here to my properties, instead of 90-degree angle, I'm going to do negative 90 degrees. Choose OK. And now I see that it's blended from the yellow to the green here. And if I want to change how much, let's say I want more green and less gold. Actually, the green is up here at the top, or I might want to transpose it. Gold up top and then green. Okay, and I think I like it the other way around. I like it with the gold because the field is already green. And we're going to have a photo here too. So I like how the gold kind of stands out against the green at the bottom. But that's another way to change out the colors. And the very next thing we're going to do is go ahead and bring in that PNG that we did. So we close up the helmet. And we're going to bring it right on top of the helmet, but underneath the words in the rain. And then here, just depending on how many players you're going to put in the image and what you really want to work with, you might have multiple images. Of course, for class, we're only going to have one image. You may or may not want to move this stuff around, okay? So I'm just going to leave it here just because this image works even if there is no photo. If you look at it, you may want to play with where you put your watermark logo, but you can use this image as a straight up print all by itself, even without a photo. And then as far as the background logo, you can move it, you can make it bigger, you can make it more transparent, less transparent. That is completely up to you. This case, I'm going to kind of make it look a little abstract and transparent in the background here. You can even make it look like it's laying on the field there. But of course, in class, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to just bring it in, and I'll let you all place it wherever you want, like on the sleeve is good too. All right, I'm just trying to keep a real clean compilation here. And then finally, we'll change out, well, you know, there's one thing we got to do. And we'll do this in class. Don't worry about it. As long as you have your PNG cut out, this is going to be simple to do for class. I'm going to turn off the text because y'all know I can't stand a photo that's just abruptly cut off. So what are we going to do? We're going to add a layer mask, grab our paintbrush, make sure that it is on a soft round brush. That's where the hardness is 0, and I'm probably going to change my size of the brush to about maybe 400. Oh, let's do 600. There we go. And then I'm going to brush on the layer mask. If you notice, I have the layer mask, which is this white layer that's attached to the photo. I'm painting on that and not on the photo. And what happens is black conceals and white reveals. So wherever there's white on the layer mask, it's showing all that stuff. Wherever there's black, it's hiding all that stuff. And if you want a way to think about it, I tell folks to think of when you're dressing, and you wear that real like white dress that just reveals everything, every little curve, and then your little black dress is the one that you want to kind of, conceal some things, smooth some things out. Okay, so that's what we use our black for, is to conceal, and then the white is to reveal. All right, I think I'm happy with that fade off. I can go ahead and bring back the helmet layer and the text. And speaking of text, now we can go ahead and change out the name here. So in your homework directions, you're going to see that there's a font. This is a free font for personal use. I encourage you to purchase it if you want to use it commercially. But you can just copy and paste this website here, and it'll take you to the font. You'll download that font and go ahead and extract it, double click on it, install it. I have a video all about how to install fonts if you don't know how to install a font. And once the font is installed, then Photoshop will recognize that it's a font you can use. Otherwise, it will substitute this font, okay? So now that I know the font's on the computer, I can double click on my T and I can start typing. And this is one of those fonts. The reason why I chose it is because it does have some kind of extra symbols and extra characters. So you know what I meant to do before that? I want to duplicate so that I just change one of them. So I'm going to double click on the T here. Let's type our T name. And the reason why I chose this font is because we haven't done this before yet where we've used the glyphs. And sometimes you have these fonts with these very special characters. And in this case, I want to use this extended S here. And I don't want to try to learn the keyboard and pick out exactly what the combination of keys is to get that S. So what I can do is I can go to my glyphs. If I double click on one of them, it'll actually show up. Okay. And these are just some extra characters here, so I can figure out which S I might want at the end. And if I had like here's another one here. These are all different variations of the S. Now, if I had something that ended in a Y or a G or something that hung below the text here, then maybe I would use like a fancy kind of swoosh letter there. But I think the one that works best here, I feel like it's the one that has the little swoosh on the end. So that's using glyphs. And there are several ways to work with glyphs. That's just the way that I find to be easiest. You can even make them larger so you can really see what they look like. But I know a lot of you ask me, how to use certain fonts in Photoshop when they have the special characters. And this is just a quick way to see what you're working with and play with those different variations of the letter. Okay, so of course we have to change those colors too. And in this case, I'm going to double click on my effects here. We have a gradient overlay that starts from the darker color, or starts from the regular color to a darker version of that color. Now if I go to my color swatch, let me see. Here, I'm just going to use the gradient that we selected before. I think that'll be easier because it has both colors in it. And then I'm going to change this opacity to 100. We're actually going to end up making a new gradient. Now you can choose to do the dual colors here. I'm going to set that as a new one, or I can stick to what I was doing before where I had the color plus a version of that color, just a darker version of it. And then all I do is just choose a little closer to black, and then I let that color kind of blend into itself. So you have a couple of variations there. Oh, I forgot to save the darker version. Hold on. Let's do that real quick. Come into the darker end of that green. And then I'm going to save that as a new one. So I have the green to yellow to transparent. Then I have the green to yellow. And then I have the green to a very, very dark green, almost a black. And that's pretty much it for this one. There are some advanced things that you can do once you really play with this. Of course, something simple you can do, turn off the rain, turn on the rain if you want that on there. And we can see what it looks like with the photo version versus the illustrated version. And where is my background logo on versus background logo off? And then of course you have some clouds on here you'll be able to play with. And this is once we get done with the basics. These are things that you can use to kind of play on your own style, like what elements you want to show and what you don't want to show. And as a matter of fact, you can even color the clouds. Let's do a solid color overlay for the clouds. And I'm just going to pick this green real quick with my color picker. And I'm going to clip this. So I'm going to right click, create a clipping mask. So that'll be on there for y'all. You can color the clouds here. You can even change up the blend modes. Right now I just have it on the normal blend mode here. But another thing we're going to do in class, this is a new one I haven't showed y'all yet. Instead of just doing a color or a gradient, we're going to do, where is it? A gradient map. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn this one off real quick so I get a chance to show you what that is. So a gradient map, what it does is if you look at something in black and white, right, it's going to break down your highlights, your shadows, and then your midtones are going to be kind of your middle area. Okay. What a gradient map does is instead of putting things in black and white, you're going to tell it what your darkest color is going to be. You're going to substitute that, and what your lightest color is going to be. You're going to substitute that. So now we already have a gradient chose that we made up today for the green to gold. And what I'm paying most close attention to is down here at the bottom where the clouds are. And I'm trying to see, well, where do I want my shadows? Shadows, the reason why I chose a dark green because it's closer to the black, and then the yellow is closest to the white. All right, and then I'm gonna clip this down to just the clouds though. We're gonna create that clipping mask and see how it made those clouds. It's not just one flat color. The clouds kind of have a little dimension to them. They're both green and gold. Same thing here. If I take that off, this is just a flat color. So I can choose just a flat color. Of course, white will make the clouds look white. I can see what the clouds look like as green. I can even see what the cloud looks like as gold. Okay. And let's see. Just for default, I'm going to put them on gold. And if you turn it off, there'll always be white underneath. All right, and if you like the gradient look, you have that too. So I'm going to save that. Let me just do it and not just talk about it. Control S. And I'm going to check on y'all's comments just a second. I'm going to make sure this saves. Y'all know I can't do two things at once. So if I start talking, I forget that I'm supposed to be saving. All right, awesome. This is cool. I know y'all are probably going to ask me, well, how do I just change the color of the grass in the background? Matter of fact, I'm going to turn off this color overlay that I have on the background. So you can see the natural color is blue. So you may want just the natural color to show through. Okay. Another feature that we'll do a hue saturation. What the hue saturation is going to do, I can pick out what colors I want to change. So let's say, for instance, that I want to change the blue hues and the blue hues only. I can click on this finger here, click somewhere where blue is, and it'll tell me whether it's blues or cyans. It looks like it's blues. I'll test it by pulling the saturation all the way down, then cranking it all the way up. Yep, that is what I'm changing. And let's say I want to change that to yellow. I change the hue here. Now see, I'm getting a little green. I'm kind of yellow there. And it looks like I may have to play with my cyans too, because that's not just pure blue there. Because if I can't get yellow, then I'm blending with another color here as well. So I'm also going to go to my cyans, crank those down, crank them all the way up. I definitely have some cyan in there. And I'm going to change those hues too. You see how now I can literally pinpoint a color that I want. I can't just put in the hex code with this method, but I have a lot more control of how these colors kind of play with one another. And I think I like it there because it brings out a little more orange, but it pairs well with that with the helmet color there. And now let's say I want to change the color of the grass. The grass is probably a combination of things. It's going to be a combination of yellows and blues probably, but let's just try the greens, right? I mean yellows and greens. Let's try greens first. If I bring green all the way down, see how there's still some color there? It's probably even got some cyan in there that we don't know about. But we can make that a little bit darker. So I'm going to bring my lightness down because I want it to be kind of more of like a darker green bay green, not so much of a bright light green. And if I wanted to change the hue a little bit, let's say if it was a little too blue for me and I wanted to bring it down, I could. I can change the saturation to make it just a more intense color. Saturation is really how intense a color is. So I can have it be completely grayed out, which I have it all the way down to 0 right now, which means this green layer is gray. But because it's not just green here, I'm going to use my finger to figure it out. So I'm going to get my color picker finger here, and I'm just going to click somewhere on the field. Aha, it's really yellows that I'm touching. So if I turn yellows all the way down, saturation all the way down, I get a gray. You see that? So really the yellows had more of an impact than the greens did for the field. But nonetheless, I can change the color of my hues. I can make it darker versus lighter. And here the lightness, the lightest color kind of makes it more pastel. Darkness kind of brings it down to those really deep tones like your hunter greens and your burgundies. I could bring my saturation up a little bit if I want to show a little bit more punch of a color. But I think this green is getting pretty good to that dark green. Now let's show you the difference between I'm also going to create a clip and mask so that this hue saturation only affects the field, nothing else. All right, so let's turn on the overall gradient here. It just does a color overlay. So whatever color's underneath, it basically just recolors it, okay? Then we have the one where we concentrated what colors we wanted to change. That's with our hue saturation layer. And we have a little difference here. So a little difference of styles here. And that's all with color manipulation. All right, so I think that is everything that we're gonna do for this one. Like I said, I know we're moving fast. I don't expect you to take notes. I just want to demonstrate it for those of you who want to know what we're going to be doing tomorrow. You kind of have that heads up. You can do a solid color in the background too. Let me duplicate this one and show you what that would look like if we wanted to do. Real quick, I'm going to pick the green there. There we go. And there you have it. I kind of like the black, but you all can decide. When we're doing this, it's all subjective. It's really you playing with it and getting whatever look you want out of it. All right, so I said I was going to take some comments. Let me peek over for a second. There we go. Oh, the final thing I will do is I will show you how to change this into a 13 by 19 also. Okay. So although you may not be doing all over shirts, we'll design it as all over. We'll clip it down to this layer mask, and then of course we'll save it. All right, let's see. Questions. Kendra, let's see. So how it works with the classes is each class is $60 unless you have a membership. And I'll take you over to the, hold on, academy.innatelab.com. And how it works, there are two different memberships. One is a $30 membership, one is a $60 membership. For the $60 membership, you get to take any of the live classes, and pretty much there are 4 classes, around about 4 classes a month. So every week we try to do a class, and then sometimes we'll take a break off. But you'll get to attend any of the live classes for free with your subscription. And then you also get classes that are unlocked for you. So initially, and this is for both $30 and $60 subscription, you'll unlock 4 classes at first, and then you will unlock 1 additional course every single week. So how this works is it's pretty much progressively feeding you new classes to take. And of course, with those classes, there are templates, brushes. Of course, you get the pre-recorded videos with them, so you get to literally see the whole class from start to finish. Okay, and that's with the $30 and $60 membership. The $30 membership has it to where you can take a class. Of course, you don't get the classes for free, but you get 67% off of any live class, pre-recorded class that you want to unlock early. Let's say we just did something last week and you just joined, and of course, that class might not be unlocked for you until 16 weeks later. You can unlock it early by purchasing it with the 67% off code, and then at least you have it early if you want to use it. And that's kind of an incentive that we just created for the $30 a month membership. So in addition to getting 4 templates every month, you also have this really cool coupon code that you can use towards unlocking live classes or attending live classes and unlocking pre-recorded classes early. All right. So for the $60 members, y'all can attend all the lives that you want for right now until it starts getting a little too crowded. Then we'll have to change the $60 a month membership. But right now, all the $60 a month members get to attend the live classes, any of them that they want. It used to just be 1 per month. Now they can attend all 4 per month for the $60 a month membership plan. We have a template that says you don't want this smoke or something like that. The only thing similar about that one is that we do use smoke. However, it's not the same smoke and setup. And I didn't show y'all that in the clouds. These are brushes. So if you look at course number 1, we dealt with brushes. So these are brushes that were stamped, and then they can be used as individual design elements. So we'll start doing more classes doing that sort of thing too, utilizing these brushes in ways that you don't even know they're brushes. But those elements are in there. And just like any template that we do, there are elements in this template that you can drag and drop into other images. So you have your clouds there. You have your the rain here. You might want rain to be in another one of your images. So you can always mix and match these templates too and create your own look. Thank you, Rona, for telling everybody. Don't forget to like the video. Yes, please like the video. I know it's only a handful of us at a time, but it does help the algorithms, and YouTube can give me a little coinage for spending this time making these videos. All right, and having issues with the password. Let me know what the email is for the login that you're doing. And I think some people were thinking that it's the same login for both the Innate Lab website and the Innate Academy, and it's not. They're two different beasts. And let me show you that. So you'll have a login for the Academy, but there's also just the regular innatelab.com website. And it has its own login. And of course, is the sale still on or is it over? Let me see. Oh, the sale is still on. So we still have the 50% off sale. That's for inks, that's for blanks, that's for templates. So I would definitely suggest, if you haven't done it yet, I think today is the last day. I did it for a whole week. Somebody on the last live last weekend asked if I would do it for a week. And it set upon my heart to do it for a week, because I know that we're getting up on reset mode for a lot of folks. We're trying to beat this whole pandemic. We're trying to beat the epidemic of unemployment and everything that's going on in the world. So I like to do my own little stimulus packages, and this whole week everything in the store, including the templates to the physical goods, were all 50% off. And I'm going to do it again in February, but it'll be for two different weekends in February, and that's going to be another stimulus that I do for February, because I know that's the month usually where we're trying to collect our tax returns and figure out what we're going to do big to invest in our businesses. So I want to have a stimulus that helps you not have to spend so much money while you're trying to rev up and revamp your businesses, okay? Oh, Natural Virgo, I did check that email. There was no email by that name on the Academy. So I asked Erica to get your first and last name so that maybe we can look it up that way, because I couldn't find it. But we'll definitely make sure that we look at that tonight, so that if you're enrolled, you can go ahead and take this live class tomorrow. Okay. And sometimes I've had this happen a few times, where when you create the account, the name of the email is misspelled or something's transposed in there, and then you won't ever be able to log in because it was registered with a email that had a bad email address. So if you can give me your name, I can look it up that way instead, and then I can tell you to change out the email so that your password works. Uh, yes, very good question. The True Ink will definitely work in the EcoTank 15,000. As a matter of fact, I have one, and I did a demonstration video on YouTube. Let me see here. If I can type in 15,000. Maybe I put too many zeros there. There we go. So I did a video comparing the 15,000, the 16,650. Both of those are EcoTank, and these bottles have the EcoTank tips. So you don't have to like go clean out any other bottles or anything. They work exactly in the EcoTank new Epson printers. So they're completely compatible. Just do not put in the old ink. Don't put in the ink that comes with the printer at all. When you set it up, you're going to set it up brand new with this ink, or if you had previous sublimation ink in there, I would suggest that you run it out or pull it out, draw it out before you put another ink in, just to be safe. And oh yeah, and we also, for this video, we did the large format printer too. That might be some questions. We even compared it to that big boy over there, the 7270. Here it goes. Over there, that big one there. So we compared all of those with the EcoTank ink. or with the True Colors ink. All right, any other questions? This is also a Q&A, so I think I've gone over the template as much as I'm going to do. Matter of fact, let me save. Did I save already? Look, I'll be tripping on my saving. But this is ready for us for class. I might, usually I do a little tweaking and cleaning up before I make it available. But it will tell you the homework that you need to do, which is to have one photo and one logo, okay? And you're going to change that out. And just real quick, I'll show you what it looks like without the guides on it. And then what we'll do in class is make this into a 13 by 19 with the layer mask here. And then when I make my 13 by 19s, I also relocate my images a little bit and my text to fill out that 13 by 19 area. So we'll do that in class as well. Yeah, Corey, I think you're ready for the big printer. I really do. I think you've been doing your tiling thing, and I mean, as long as you're doing it and it's making you money, just go ahead and start thinking of that in terms of whether it's time to invest in the big boy or not. No pressure though. Good questions. If anyone have any questions about this particular class that we're doing, or about the academy in general, or just anything in general while y'all have me live, this is your chance to do Q&A. Y'all know I'll hang out for a little bit. And while I'm waiting for questions to come through, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the template ready for this class. See, do we have one-on-one sessions? Unfortunately, Natural Virgo, I had that offered. I have not had the time to do one-on-one sessions anymore. So the closest we get to it is by doing our Sunday sessions, which are virtually like one-on-ones because everybody gets individual attention. We're just all working at one time. I'm still able to see your screen. I can even click on your screen and change things if I need to help correct an issue that you might have run into. We'll troubleshoot it live, and hopefully if anybody else has that problem, they can follow along too. So it really is not just you watching me do my screen like you're doing right now. You are watching me on one screen, you're able to share your screen, and then everybody else in the class can see whoever's having the issue at the time, can see, everyone can see that person's screen, and we all watch, because some of us are going to run up on these errors, and if I just straight up show you what I'm doing, I may not make the errors that you're making on your end. So the beautiful thing about this group concept is that we can kind of see what's happening in real time. I can pull you out the mud. You don't get so frustrated. You just shut things down and say that you're never going to touch Photoshop again. Every single person, beginner, if you're a novice or you're an advanced user, we have a final product by the end of class. Okay, and I mean something that you can promote, you can print, you can press it. Some people even after class, they're so excited they go ahead and press it that night. I don't know how, because we stay up till 11 o'clock or so, but they do go ahead and get that baby pressed out, and they'll show it off in the class the next day. Corey, what printer should you, if you're going to do the large format printer, the one that I recommend is the SureColor. It's the Epson SC. S is in Sam, C like Charlie, 7270. And that one is because I know that the cartridges work with it, the ink works well with it, the colors come out really great. The True Colors ink comes out really great on that system without having to use color profiles or any of that other stuff, as long as you're printing pretty much from Photoshop. So Natural Virgo, if you are a $60 member, which we'll figure that out tonight, then you get to attend the classes, any classes that you want that we host, that you're available for. You're able to attend those. So not only would you get the template, you get the live feedback, and we truly do, we look out for one another. So there's some I learn in these groups too, especially from y'all Mac users, because I don't know the function. So y'all will tell me all day how to do the same thing on the Mac, and it ends up helping other people out in the class as well. Yes, Corey, that's true. I did have one-on-one sessions available. I think they were $90 an hour. And this is a lot cheaper than a one-on-one because even if you were paying full $60 for a class, you're getting 3 hours, you're still getting the attention, you're still working through the problem. And you get a free template with the session. So you get something that you can hold on to and change over and over and over again while you're learning. So these are like tools. You're learning the Photoshop features by using these templates, and eventually the 200 level courses will be doing things where maybe you're not using templates at all. You are strictly building in Photoshop. But either way, this is still, it's not easy, but I promise you we will get through it and you will have a final product. Even though it's a template. So don't let the template part fool you. It still work. Yes, we all learn together. Yes, we do. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate the support. Anytime y'all purchase, I appreciate the support. It allows me to continue working on this stuff. I don't know, some of you may be new and not know that I'm doing some training right now on stock trading. So that is taking up a whole heap of my time and my energy in addition to helping the kids with their homeschooling too. I am tied and tied up. So your support helps to continue me making templates, putting out videos, putting out content, and helping you all grow right along with me. All right, so y'all know I can't do two things at once. Let me go ahead and open up this thing so I can get started on this mock-up. Now we did a mock-up class last week. I'm so proud of everyone that attended that class because it looked like it was gonna be easy. And I told y'all the toughest part was gonna be like changing the color of the shoes. But everyone in the class just really, y'all killed the game. Y'all did an excellent job. You stayed on task. We tackled a really, really tough thing, which is changing colors. Um, and making it look clean and seamless and making it essentially a part of your template. I just want to give everybody who had class last Sunday, give y'all a shout out because y'all really did that. And I didn't tell you how hard it was beforehand because I didn't want anybody being discouraged, but I think everybody got it. All right, so what I'm doing now is while I'm talking and chit chatting with y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and create this little thumbnail because if I don't do it now, Lord knows I'll go to sleep and tell myself I'm gonna do it in the morning, and then I'll get, Shannon, where's the class? When you gonna put the class up? Class is tonight. So I don't have y'all worried. I'm gonna go ahead and get this done. All right, so I got my cartoon version here. I'm going to file, export. I'm just gonna save this for web, save it as a little small resolution file. And then that way I can bring it into my mockup. So this is class number 123. Can y'all believe it? We are on 123 already. And this will be version 1, and then y'all will watch me flip it back to version number 1, because like I said, I'm not gonna give it to y'all with this green bay on it, and then they be looking at me crazy and trying to come after your girl. So let me go ahead and get that going. So now I'm just gonna do the exact thing that we did before, just in reverse. So you see how automatically that changed my 3 logos? Done, done, done. Then I'm gonna show what it looks like without the football player at all. And then we'll turn on, instead of the cartoon version or the illustrated version of the arm, We'll do the photo version, and maybe I should have done it reverse. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to show you how to pick your own skin color. So let's turn back on our player, and let's say that we wanted to match his skin tone there on my photo illustration. I'm going to bring color overlay, open up that effect by double clicking on it, choose a new color overlay, and this time I'm going to click on the skin here. You see how like almost perfectly matched your skin tone there? Boom, that's done. All right, but for now I'm doing the non-photo version, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the image there. Take my bulldog. I'll probably move this logo, because now that I don't have a photo to balance it, I'm almost using this logo as if it is balancing the hand holding the helmet here. Of course, I can actually turn off my text here, bring back my other text. And now that I have saved multiple colors, I can just turn off the top layer and it'll expose the bottom color option there. That's it. Oh, no, it's not it. I got to change the colors of the background here. Go ahead and load that up. All right, and that looks good there. A quick color change. And I'm going to go ahead and export that one as our secondary example. And then the third example is just going to be like a 13 by 19 version. So you'll know that even if we do these all over classes, every time I do an all over now, and this actually started with you all, so you can thank yourselves. Before we started doing a lot of all over templates, I would just normally do 13 by 19s. So now what I do is I design it as an all over, and then I make a smaller version of it, a modified version for the 13 by 19. So all I do, turn off all this extra stuff. Trying to figure out what else I have on. Oh, that's the rain. That's what it is. So let me make sure the rain has the background on as well. Helmet, front text. Let's put this clipping mask on the rain also. There we go. Then I can turn off the background here, and it's a 13 by 19 design. And of course, if I were really optimizing this for 13 by 19, I would probably, pull my text down or make it a little bigger, take up some more space here. But for this purpose, I'm just going to do a save as, and I'm going to save it as a 13 by 19. So I'll just take off the word all over there. And I'm not going to upload this for homework initially because you all will be doing this yourself, turn into 13 by 19. But after class, after we're done, I will save my version as a 13 by 19 version too, just in case it's cleaner or easier to start from in the future. So I probably won't post this one tonight because I don't want y'all to get confused on which one we're working on. All right, so then I'm going to do my crop tool. I'm going to tell it it's going to be a 13 by 19 ratio. There we go. I hit enter twice to lock in that transformation. It's going to crop those pixels. Well, it shouldn't delete the crop pixels, but it will crop them out of the way. And image size. Set at 24 by 36. Now this is going to be 13 by 19. I'll say OK. And then I can save that one. So this is exactly, and I do this all the time. People ask me all the time how to change an all over to 13 by 19, and those are the steps. And the steps pretty much are the same. The more you do it, the more repetition you put into that, you'll get it instantly in the future. Like it won't even be a second thought for you to figure out how to make it into a 13 by 19. But again, I'm going to save that for web. Before I save it for web, y'all know how I like to do it with my 13 by 19 designs. I make them I like to make them look a little pop outy, and that way see how that helmet's kind of popping out the background a little bit? That gives me a little satisfaction. My Bulldog's text could be bigger because now I'm not worried about that being cut off on my all over shirt. Even my little Bulldog's logo could be bigger. And I'm even going to move it down a little bit. So this is what I was saying when I tell you that I don't normally just do my 13 by 19 as an exact crop of my all over shirt. I try to make it look a little different, stand out a little more. That drop shadow is kind of hanging off. I'm getting a little too close there. Pull that back. All right, and now I can export this. I'm just exporting them as quick little JPEGs. And I want you to notice here, whatever logo you put in, it kind of goes behind this strap, and that all has to do with layer mask. So the more we familiarize ourselves with these different tools and ways of solving the problem, because there are several different ways to solve all of these problems that we're doing, you'll get more confident in just coming up with the solution that's in your head for what you want to see. So somebody actually asked me to do a design like this some time back for a remembrance shirt, and I did it live, and I just never cleaned up the template to where I can teach it and have it available for you all. So I finally decided to do that because I've been getting some insight that you all want the football related stuff. So here it is, and I've saved that 13 by 19 version. And now we'll work on our mock-ups. And this is just the thing that I show you all so that you know what you're getting yourselves into before class. I'm just going to put the blend mode on multiply since I didn't save that as a PNG. So I had those white edges on there. And then for the all over shirts, dang, I thought I had my, well, this is something good to teach you anyway, because I have a version of this that already has a shirt shape, kind of like in 3D. But I suppose this is a good opportunity to show you all how to do this. So I'm going to bring in this image. And then of course, when I make it larger, it doesn't exactly wrap on the shirt. So when I create a clipping mask, oh, created it on the wrong shirt. And I'm going to change the blend mode to multiply. So you'll kind of see those creases in the shirt there. And I'll turn this off. And that way it kind of makes for a better presentation there. I'll do the same thing with my other one. I'll bring it over. And then I'm going to clip it to the shirt on the right. Change the blend mode to multiply. Right click and I'm going to clip it down. So I'm going to create a clipping mask. And Control T allows me to transform the size of it. I think what I'm going to have to do is put this one on the left and this one on the right. Just so that you get the idea that you can put a player on there as well. All right, so questions, any questions? Oh, Corey, yeah, this will be a good one for you because that bulldog that's in there is actually vectored for you. So you can use that vector bulldog. I know your main team is for your local team are bulldogs. So you'll be able to not in class change the color of it, but if you wanted to ahead of class, you can go into that bulldog, into that vector, and change out the colors, and then save it as your logo that you're going to bring in during class. Now, Corey, I don't know oh, you mean basketball? Or, because you said a basket template. How did I get the sleeves like that? It was just a mock-up of me taking the sleeves, kind of fade them off there. If you want to see, I could do it with a solid color too. But what I did, I just took the print that we did for the sock class, where we did a sock with the Peace Love custom design. That one was, I think, 121, if I'm not mistaken. Class number, yep, duh, it's right here in my face. Class 121. So all I did was take that pattern and just fade it off. You could fade off anything and kind of make it look like it's less white. So I could fade it off and then press it on the sides of the shirt. I could fade it off and then press it all the way down on the bottom hem and maybe make it a little longer, make it about 23, 24 inches wide, just to kind of color the bottom of the shirt so it doesn't look like it started as a white shirt. But we can do a color overlay here. And I'll show you just that way too. So we can do a solid color, you can do your prints, and it's just something to make it look like it has a little extra flair. And all I did with that was I created a layer mask so that it only applies to the shirt, and anything outside of that it doesn't show. So I'll copy that layer style, paste it here. And then maybe I'll make this color be the gold. Let me see if I can zoom in and get a better gold there. Honestly, I think I like it better with the red. But it just gives you a little something you can do. And I would suggest doing a print or something. Something that just doesn't use up a lot of solid ink. Kind of saves you some energy. But nothing major there. There's another idea. If we had, let's say you weren't doing it all over, you just want to do a little something on the sleeves. I can take the part. We had just this little area of the sleeve here. And I'm going to take this layer mask and drag it up here. And maybe I can add a little element of the shirt there. I'm just trying to show off here just a little bit. Without having to design something for the sleeve, I'm just trying to show you how you can show a sleeve design there. Then watch, y'all be asking me to do all this extra stuff next. I already know it. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. But if it's something, if y'all have me live, I do try to make up for abandoning y'all throughout the week. So I feel guilty. And when y'all get me live on Saturday or Friday, I give you all your little attention. Okay, so I'm gonna make it look like that's on that sleeve. Take the same thing, drop it down over here, except I'm gonna bring the layer mask into this one. And let's say this time I'm gonna get the wooled off face. Here we go. And I'm just making this up. If I were to really press this on the sleeve, I would have to do a little work with how big I was going to make it and how much of the sleeve it was really going to cover. That's why I like to do like an abstract pattern so that you don't have to be so exact. People aren't expecting, oh, on the mock-up it showed his eyeball on this side of the sleeve and not the other. So just be careful. Make sure you're measuring if you're really going to mock this up. But whoop, there it is. That's it. All I have to do is just change out my text here. So meanwhile, I will be sticking on the line, answering questions for y'all while I'm trying to act like I know how to multitask. Kim, for the mock-up, definitely if you were you in class last week? That class that we did last week, it looks really simple when you see those mock-up templates. The Photoshop versions of them anyway. Looks really simple, but it can get very complicated. Mocking up is an art in and of itself. Alright, so this is 123. What did we name this? Let me grab this name here. And what are we learning to do? Let's see if we can recap this together real quick. So we are, of course, you can add your text. It is a free template. You add your own image. This one we're going to do logo change. And we have color change. And then we can also do, oh, I need to highlight that it comes with the helmet custom art. So you get that little helmet custom art in there too. And let's spell check to make sure that it's not too late and I'm not crazy and misspelling a bunch of stuff. So far, it looks like I'm passing. Good deal. And this one, let's go with gold and garnet. You know what? I'll do the green or the golden green, no problem. I want a dark green, but not that darker green. There we go. That's cool. All right, let's see, Kim. Yes, you can go back and watch this one. And this one will be on YouTube. This is just my little free, free versions of the videos and stuff. And of course, the class we do interactive, and it's going to be a longer, more in-depth video. Bring that yellow down a little bit because it's so light that I can't see it against the white. There we go. And all right, so I got everything saved. At least I did that while I'm online with you all. So the only thing that I have to do now is modify the homework, the syllabus, little homework list we do, and I can get this uploaded tonight for you all. Y'all have any other questions for me? Because if not, I can go ahead and we can end out the live for tonight. I'll go ahead and get this done before it gets too late. And then we'll reconvene tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is where the live class will be. Let me show you all for any of the newbies that might be wondering how to get to the class. Whether you're a part of the membership, the $30 or $60 membership or not, you should be able to go to the main academy, go to the category, it'll have live interactive courses. This was the live class that we did from last time, but you'll be able to click on that and you can buy it. It will be $60 if you're not a member. If you are a member, make sure that you use your coupon code. If you're a $60 member, there will be a coupon code that makes this class free. If you are a $30 member, there'll be a coupon code that takes this down by 67%. So you get a 67% off coupon code just for being a member. At the $30 level, you get a 100% off coupon code if you're a VIP member at the $60 level. And then if you don't want to commit to a monthly membership, I completely understand. You can do the classes a la carte. And a la carte, the classes are $60 each. And it is for a 3-hour long class. You get full one-on-one attention whenever it is that you need it, and you're able to have a final product by the end of class. It's not just you watching me do something and hoping that you remember how to do it by the time class is over. You'll have the recorded version of the video as well. Okay, so that was last week's. Of course, when you come back here, either late tonight or early tomorrow morning, you'll see the 123 class is up. Before you even purchase the class or think about enrolling in the class, go ahead and look through the homework checklist. Make sure that you can participate because you will be able to answer yes to the quiz questions when it asks you, do you have this stuff done? All right. And we're going to have a good old time tomorrow. And also for those who may be new to the membership and you don't know what you get when you first sign up, the very first month that you sign up, the very first moment, the second that you sign up, whether you're a $30 or $60 member, you will get these 4 classes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you'll get this, you get the brushes and the repeat font. There's actually a font that repeats the text for you. You will get this the cartoon version of this template, which is normally I think $35. And then you'll get this airbrush template that's $20 and the class that goes with it, and another template that's normally $20 in the class that goes with it. Okay. So basically, you're getting the pre-recorded classes, which are worth $30 each. You're getting 4 of those instantly, and then every 7 days, you'll get a new class unlocked. So, for instance, you're going to get 101 to 104 instantly. And then 7 days later, you will unlock class number 105. That was a fun class where we learned how to create our own patterns. Then you'll get 106, which this is a universal template that I take on demand and do for flea market events, that sort of thing. I do the homecoming games and I take that template, and that's the only template that I have open. And if I can't design it in that template, then I don't do it because it's such quick on demand artwork that I have to do. But it works for almost anything somebody could want, and it works well. As far as pleasing people, like nobody ever says, "Oh, I need you to just do a whole nother fresh design." I've never had anybody tell me that. Everybody's really pleased with the representation of the image by the time I'm done with it, and it only takes me 5 minutes or less to change out this template for a customer. Okay. So you get that one. We did a by your request. Y'all asked me about programs. So y'all have this beautiful program here where we switched it out completely. You also get, so this is every 7 days you unlock a new level. So you have to stay enrolled if you want to unlock new courses. But of course, like I said earlier, we have a new thing where you can use your coupon code to unlock a class early. So let's say you just joined and you want to do the hoodie, the all overish hoodie template. That won't be until what, 13 weeks out. So if you want it now, you can go ahead and use your 67% off coupon code if you're a $30 member, or 75% off coupon code if you're a $60 member, and you can unlock this class at any instant that you want. Okay. So it ends up being, I think, for the VIP members, like $7.50 to unlock it early. All right. So that's kind of the content so far. And let me know, because like these type of designs, they were by your request, like what type of designs you want to see. The peace and love thing, this one here where we did these kind of offset frames here with a watercolor look. You have to let me know what it is that you spend a lot of money on buying pre-made art, and I will do my best to make it a course to show you how to fish rather than to have you buying fish from Etsy every other week, okay? And I don't even sell fish. I don't like selling like the pre-made designs, which is funny because you think by this time I would have a million pre-made designs ready to go. I really enjoy teaching. I enjoy teaching you how to do it. I enjoy allowing you all to use these tools to create your own versions of the designs. That's what makes me happy, not just selling a bunch of artwork. Knowing that I am empowering you all to get out there and do your thing with Photoshop. Yes, Alba, you will. You'll learn how to take the all over design and turn it to a 13 by 19, which is something that I do every now and then when we do these all over shirt designs. I like to do a refresher on how to break it down to the 13 by 19, because I know a lot of you don't print all overs yet. So Natural Virgo, actually, if you've been communicating with Erica, send her the email and information, because she collects that information. I'm so unorganized and not on point when it comes to that kind of stuff, and she really is. So if you send her that information, she'll do what it takes to get up with me and make sure that I follow through on that type of stuff. So make sure you send her your first and last name because I can look it up that way. The email that you think it's under, because I did look at that email, it's not under that email, so it may be something wrong there. And you don't have to give me your password. I usually will just reset the password. If I find your account, I'll reset it to something that you can easily change back, okay? Oh yeah, E's here. She says send her the info. Thank you, E. I appreciate it. Yes, she is the one, okay? I'm not even going to apologize. I'm just going to say it's me. It's just me, and I just take the blame. I'm just not that accessible and organized of a person. So it's just one of my character flaws. Okay, let's see. Any other questions you all have about the academy, about templates in general? While I have y'all live, what is it? I know Corey answered this last time. What are y'all spending money on for art? Because I try to make that my point of making the courses worth it, so that not only do you get a template or tools that you can use, but that is also relevant to something that you've been spending money on, or you don't want to spend money on. You'd rather spend money one time to learn how to do it rather than like for those peace and love designs. People were buying several different versions depending on, what the content was, what the occasion was. And I'd rather give you one Photoshop file where you can learn how to make a million of those if you want. And Alba, if you're talking about the credit, are you talking about the credit for winning the $100 competition, or not competition, but the $100 credit for doing the class? So every class that you take, you can participate in the homework kind of board where you post what you did in class or after class that day. You can choose to do a little bit more. You can post exactly what you did in class. And we pick one person to be $100 winner for the templates. So yes, if you're talking about that, then just fill up your cart. Now you have to wait probably until the sale is over with, or just put $50 in your cart because right now everything's 50% off. So you put the items in your cart and then let Erica know that, hey, this is my email for my Innate Lab account, not the Innate Academy account. This is my email for the Innate Lab account, and my items are in the cart ready to go. And then I will push through the order on the back end, and you'll get that order for free. Awesome. LaQuisha says she's so thankful for the courses and she hasn't spent any money on the files after the first month. That's cool. So if that's the case, LaQuisha, let me know what it is, the type of design files that you need for your business to keep it growing and keep it going. And I'll do my best to stay on top of those trends because I know y'all look out for that way more than I do because I stay locked up. So hence the reason why it's taking me 3 months to put this template out. But I really do. I really do appreciate you all. And you all let me know if y'all are hitting the notification bell and it's not letting you know when the lives are coming up, because I usually try to do a live either Friday or Saturday right before class to do a demonstration, go over what we're doing in class, and just take any general questions. This is y'all's time to have with me to chit chat. So I like to make that available, but I want to make sure you all are being notified. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? No, I put a post in the Innate Creatives private Facebook group. So try to make sure that I do that every time too. Underwear, that's a good one. But you know what? The only difference between underwear, I would say, I mean, if you want to do a class on it, we can. But let me know if there's certain type of themes or something that you want to do. But as I understand it, you can do like an idea like this, like we did for the peace, love, you could do a shirt like that and then do the underwear instead of socks. Or maybe you can do socks and underwear, and then you can kind of do the print underwear. You can do the solid color underwear. You can put the peace, love, team, on the butt, and then do the print in the front. Those type of things. It's just a matter of reimagining some of these templates and some of these things we're learning. Okay, well, I appreciate you letting me know that, Alba. Some people say that the notifications don't work. I make sure that the bell that you have select says all, because Facebook changed it to where it's not just one bell now. You have to select all, and it'll have these little parentheses around the bell. Even if that's selected, I've still had people tell me that it doesn't alert them when I'm going live. So yeah, I do try to put it in the group. I would lie to y'all and say that I would try to do it early, but early is not that much of a part of my vocabulary. So even if I try, and I don't even like to say the word try, because either I do it or I don't, and most of the time I don't. I'm not early to stuff. It's just not like me, and I wish I could feel sorry about that, but I don't. Yeah, that peace valve in the cellar. All right. Get it, Corey. I'm glad for that. So try that on the underwear. But let me see if maybe I'll look up some stuff on Etsy and see like what's really selling for the underwear, see what y'all want to learn to, design for, because I think that's a lot of times where we get the inspiration of what people are really buying. Because I can create designs off the top of my head all day, but what I need to know is what are your customers buying? What do they want to buy? So that I can help create artwork that works for you day after day after day after day. Like literally, you can have a few templates that you regularly visit, and you're able to handle 90% of your customers' needs. Valentine's is definitely coming up. I'm thinking about something for that. Ooh, the underwear would be good for Valentine's. Interesting. So, Corey, yeah, that's a good idea. That is a great idea, as a matter of fact. Birthday shirts for sure, for sure. Give me some ideas of what it is. And I know like everybody's not social, yet we're still distancing and that sort of thing. But sometimes, the celebration still goes on, even if it's, just the immediate family. They still want to have their shirts and still want to have their little small, intimate celebrations. So yeah, we can do birthday shirts. And just to let you know, any of these designs can be a birthday shirt too. Um, Almost anything that you see here, you can repurpose as any other theme. So it can switch from birthday to remembrance to anniversary, church event, or a concert event if you wanted to. It is very, very versatile. But we definitely can do some like this is a geared as a birthday shirt, but this one that says 18 in quarantine could just as well be a birthday design. But let me know, Alba, if you have like something in particular. And like with the characters and stuff, I just don't use the characters in the template. I will demonstrate, like we did a demo today, and we did the well-known characters and people and that sort of thing. I'll do it for the demo just to show you what you can do. But of course, I'll do a version of it for the template that we can responsibly work on. Okay. But got your birthday shirts um and the underwear for Valentine's Day. Cool, cool. So I get ideas from y'all too. This is a collaborative effort. Okay? Teamwork makes the dream work. And I did show the different skin tones on the helmet one, didn't I? I can't remember, did I? Yep, I did. Onesies and blankets. And as a matter of fact, let me be typing this because the way my mind's set up. Let me go ahead and put that on my non-ending to-do list. All right, so onesies and blankets. And Corey has said something about doing the blankets too, so I know that would be a good one. And then underwear for Valentine's. There's one more that I need to type in. Birthday shirts. And then, as you all know, we're doing a series right now for rebranding your business. So probably at least once a month, I'm going to have one of the classes be dedicated to, you know, just rebranding your business from the ground up. So last time we did the template, and I want you to imagine that we're going to do a project from start to finish with a project that I have to work on for my best friend's brand. So what we're doing is we're taking all the components that's necessary to build your Etsy store, and we're going to make Photoshop templates so that all the way through, so that you'll have your mock-ups for your Etsy store, you'll have your logo, you'll have your headers. And it's not just for the Etsy store. Those headers could also be used for your Facebook, Instagram, all your digital media needs. So we'll go ahead and make it to where we're building on that series. But it's gonna take some time. We're gonna start in January, and we're gonna slowly start cleaning up the visual impact of our businesses, so that branding is gonna hit different after this month. Okay, this is 2021. We have some things in store. We knew it was coming, and we were praying for it to be a turning point. So we're gonna make it be a turning point. All right, love. So seems like we got a good deal of questions here. I appreciate y'all's input. I'm gonna go ahead and get to work uploading this course. So if you're a new member, a $60 member, you will see the coupon code that will tell you to enter this code for this particular class. It'll be a $60 off code that will make your class free. There's another code that's on there for 75% off. That one you use if you want to get early access to any of the classes. You can use that 75% off code. And I'm going to tell y'all a hint that the code also works for this one right here, the All Over Magic split tile insta slice, kind of deal, where it instantly slices up your all over shirt into the appropriate number of prints so that you can just print and go. That one is normally $100. If you are a VIP member, you get $75 off of that one. If you are a $30 member, you get 67% off of that deal, so $67 off. Otherwise, we've had plenty of people pay the full price for it with no problem and say that they get great deal of use out of it. So, and y'all let me know if y'all want to run that as a live class again, because we did do that as a live class. A lot of people had a lot of fun and learned a lot, and haven't stopped making all over shirts since, like Corey. Yes, Kim, that is a class we're definitely doing on creating logos. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult class to do because, as you can imagine, everybody's logo, it's like having a class where we all uh, paint whatever we dreamed about last night. It's going to be every single person has something different. So it's really going to be difficult to arrange that type of class. But that's what I'm working on as one of our next rebranding courses. We're going to learn about, the steps to recreating a logo, doing the research that it takes to even understand what the look is that you want, and what kind of speaks to you. And then, of course, we'll do some building on that. We do a little typography, figuring out what type of fonts you want to use, how you want it to look. Do you want, a script text or a bold text, a serif text, a sans serif text? We'll learn all of those terms. That's going to be a fun class, but a very involved class, okay? And that will be a 200 level course, because that's not a template at all. That's really everybody coming in fresh and designing from scratch. So I'm looking forward to it, but that's actually our first advanced class that we're going to be doing. Okay, Alba says sometimes people want a picture without removing the background. Hey, this is what I do for that. I will tell you, Alba, don't be mad at doing that. This is the template I told you that I take on demand when I do events and stuff. Where is it? I think it's class 106. This one right here. I straight up, it is literally, let me see, can I get, I guess it'd be in this image here. So I take the photo, whether I remove the background or not, I use this little layer mask. It cleans up the image so that it doesn't look like it's just a straight up square or rectangle that I pasted on a shirt. And if they want words on it, there's a couple of words here that I change out, and that's it. They can put a character, not put a character. Usually just that image and one word at the bottom is what I end up doing at the flea market. And it takes less than 5 minutes, and they have a design that they are usually super ecstatic about. Okay. So even when you have to do plain things, I know it might irk you because you want to do something to make it stand out. Just something as simple as using this template here, where you have the layer mask for the photo, makes a world of difference than just pasting a rectangle of an image, especially when we're doing sublimation. We hate those rectangles, don't we? You feel like we might as well be ironing on a, a transfer, right? Okay. But good questions, good input, loves. I appreciate it. I love y'all for real. I'm about to sign off, so unless I see a question pop up in the next couple seconds, I think we've gotten all that we're going to get through tonight. I want to tell y'all that I love y'all for real. And if you need anything to grow your businesses, I am listening to you all. You are the lifeblood of this Innate Lab process, and I thank you dearly. No more questions. I'm going to tell y'all just for now. I'll see you later, but bye.